I don't want this to be about me, but I'll just share a little bit about my background. And why this orphanage is so dear to my heart. I was born in Laos, and it was during the Vietnam War, towards the end of it, that my parents had to escape to Thailand because it ended. And the Hmong people are mountain people in Laos, and they helped the CIA on the ground to fight the Viet Cong. And so after the U.S. troops pulled out, there was a massive genocide of the Hmong people. And so my parents fled by foot to the neighboring country, Thailand. So I lived in Thailand for about 5 years before we came to the U.S. And, as I look back, I see God's hand in my life. And it's just amazing how, good things come out of such horrific events, such as war. And my parents have witnessed so much tragedies and death, in their own lifetime that, I was so young that I was sheltered from seeing, those gruesome, things. But, the Hmong people, have always been persecuted throughout the centuries, and predominantly they were from southern China. And they're very stubborn people, and they don't like to assimilate to the culture, and so they keep to themselves. And it wasn't until the 60s that the missionaries came to Laos and brought the gospel. And as a result of that, my parents were among the very first to convert to Christianity. And so, it's just really amazing. It's God's grace, even that reach, such a tiny group of people that the world, has not even heard of. And so, it is truly by God's grace that I am here today. And a couple of years ago, my husband and I went to Thailand because I left when I was 8 years old. So, I just want to go back and see it as with adult eyes, because I don't remember a lot of things. But I do remember, as a child, living in Thailand, what it is like to be hungry, because when you live on dirt floor and there's no electricity and you don't know where your food's going to come next, all those things, stuck to me even after all these years of being here in the U.S. And so I always felt like God, had a purpose for me to do something with my life. And so when we went back, we made some connection with some friends of my brother who had passed away, but we met some of his friends. And just through getting to know these friends of his, we learned of the great needs for the Hmong kids in Thailand. So my husband and we just looked at each other and we're like, we gotta do something. And so it was time to come back. So we decided that I should stay behind and just get started. And so I stayed behind with a Thai friend, and we looked around and rented a house and furnished it, and we started out with 8 kids. And so we left these kids in the care of that friend, and then we came back to the U.S. And less than a year later, we needed to go back because it wasn't managed, well by this friend, so we thought. And so we went back. I had heard of this other couple that started their own orphanage over there, and we met them, and we just knew that God had, crossed our path for the same reason. And so it was just a perfect fit. We needed someone who knew what they were doing, who had the love for the children, who would not mismanage money, who would really care for the children. And so we just felt like God orchestrated, this friendship with Nippon and Canton, as we saw them in the video. And so we just blended our kids together, and we came home. We thought, we need to. We just talked to different people and friends, and they were so excited about what we're doing, and we thought, we need to find a way that would allow others to come alongside and help or participate. I just feel like we're not extraordinary people. We're just ordinary people. who feel that we have to do something. And I think that we're in the majority, as Christians, God expects great things from us. He expects us to give back as we're blessed, and we truly believe that. And so we're not any different than anybody out there who just truly wants to serve with their time and treasure and talent. And I've been really blessed to have a wonderful husband who, just has such a big heart and a great vision, and who's just really allowed this to happen and to financially started this foundation. And so we're just so thrilled, and we just want to be used by God. And we're just so excited that Chuck and Kristen, have a heart for these kids and have come along to help us and really feel that they are such a blessing. And, when it's such a burden when you do it yourself, but, God does bring others along to carry that burden. And we just feel like it's just been lifted off of our shoulder. And so today is just an opportunity to meet you and to share with you that together, if all of us can make a huge difference, but when you think about something so great, you think, well, how can I make a difference? I don't have a lot, but, when everyone take part and just give what you can, what God calls upon you, to give, it goes such a long ways. And so we just wanted to share this and invite you to come along this journey. And we have built living quarters over there that is Western style. We have Western toilets and electricities and even Wi-Fi. So we have to have those basic necessities when we go there. So, but we want it to be comfortable. So we invite your friends, your families. If you want to go on vacation to Thailand, we'll make it really easy for you. Just go over there and get to know the children and just engage and speak to them in English, because we want them to learn English. But build relationship with them and stay there. And they'll, for $10 a day, they'll feed you and pick you up from the airport and take you to do some fun things, as a tourist. You can go ride the elephants and just have a great time with your family and your children, and show them that, this is what it's all about. It's about giving, it's about serving. And so there's a place for you. Whether you want to come and serve or just come vacation, it's a great place to send your teenage children, if you want to send them away for a summer experience to volunteer. We welcome that. We have a wonderful staff that truly loves the Lord, and they will take such good care of you and your children. So we are just so blessed to be here. Thank you for having us, and thank you for hosting this. And we just